Schlüsselkraft today could be striker Robin Elmes. In tandem with Paul Fewings, he's contributed 16 goals to the Bulls' cause, so he obviously does his homework, and he sets plenty of it, because off the field, he's a German teacher in Sutton Coldfield.
Oh, he's an outstanding teacher, excellent teacher, very good, effective classroom teacher, gets good results, popular with children, and a real asset to the school.
Also, wie heißt du?
Ich heiße Adam.
Und wie alt bist du? Wie alt bist du? Good. I've got a very supportive head teacher here, I have to say, who, if I need some time off, it's not a great deal. It's maybe an hour at the end of the day. For example, when I was at Yeovil away midweek, a fair old jaunt from Sutton Coldfield, he allowed me the last hour off, and we made it in good time down there. So it's important to have a sympathetic, kind of supportive boss, and he is. But I like to think that I make up the time elsewhere, running football teams and running cricket teams and so on. So it swings and roundabouts, really, I think.
And what do you know about Hartlepool?
I don't know a great deal, to be honest. I know that they have won about the same number of games as we have this year, obviously in a different league, a higher league. I don't think they're going to be that much different to the York team that we beat. I think a home tie at this stage is a great draw for us, and I think that it's a winnable tie, a very winnable tie, and we're very confident of beating anybody on our day. But the problem is we're a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde outfit, to be honest. We're consistently inconsistent. So hopefully on the day we'll do the business.
Hereford's a club with an FA Cup tradition. There's no doubt about that. Does the town start to buzz when the Cup comes round? Very much so, yeah.
Although I'm not down there during the week, you can feel the atmosphere on Sunday when we played. Everyone's geared up to this game, and with the giant killing tradition that the club is associated with, it's a lot of further down there, and there's a big buzz around the place.
There's a lot of colleagues on the staff who follow Rob's career with great interest. They're going along, they'll be cheering him on, and we hope he does well.
The main thing is for us to win the game and go into the third round. I think it's well documented that the club is not in the greatest of financial positions, and a good cup run would be a bit of a saviour for us. So yeah, but it doesn't really matter who scores. It's very nice to score and get all the glory, but it doesn't matter who scores really, as long as we win.
So a good teacher and a good striker as well, 29 years of age now, 7 this season, recently recovered from a hernia operation, Greg, and looks a pretty useful performer on the pitch.
Yeah, I think one of the things really is because he's the teacher, it's almost as if he hasn't got any of that sort of anxiety about the games. He can relax, enjoy his football, and it's still a hobby to him. His teaching is still his main job, and so he can come down there and he doesn't get nervous about anything. He looks very relaxed, and I think it's very handy.
16 goals between him and Paul Fewings, who's the top scorer with 9 goals, signed from Hull. 3 years a pro at Hull. There he is. Still only 20, so he's got a chance to get back into the league if it's not with Hereford.
Well, that's right. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out when you go to some clubs, and a lot of players do take a step outside the league and hope they can bounce back again. As I say, at 20 years of age, scoring goals, teams will start taking notice of him, and he will be snapped up, I'm sure.
Like Robin Elmes, he's had a few injury problems recently. But it's always good for a club when you've got 2 strikers working in tandem.
It's very handy, I must admit. That was something that I had a problem with when I was down at Hereford, that we had Steve White would score a lot of goals, or we'd have Chris Pike would score a lot of goals, and we never seem to have the other one that goes alongside them. They're very hard to find. So at the moment, Hereford should be very grateful. They've got 2 that can knock it in at the moment.
Yeah. Now, before we talk about some of the key Hartlepool players, here's a bit of bull for you. Rembrandt, 16 months old, prize Hereford bull, and of course no Hereford home game would be the same without a bit of bull.
Yeah, they used to bring this out every time the cup comes around. Out comes the bull, and it is a tradition there, and I think again it's part of the glory of the FA Cup. You know, all the little quirks and things that each club has, out they come for the FA Cup, and I think it's great. I think it's good to see.
Pretty terrifying, Nigel, to think that he's only 16 months old now.
So I was going to say, look at the size of that, Marcus. You wouldn't like that to be let loose, would you? Chasing around the ground, abandoning the match.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that is one of the traditions at Edgar Street.
Yeah.
And there is another rather bizarre practice that goes on in these parts. It's the kicking of the Swede. Now, 6 supporters have marched the poor Swede from the town hall to the ground. They put it on the halfway line. They're now going to indulge in a spot of worship. The poor Swede just lies there wondering what on earth is going on. What's about to happen to me? They're not worthy.
They can get arrested, those people.
The men in white coats are arriving at the ground as we speak.
Have they got a score now, Marcus?
Yes, what they're now going to do, Nigel, is dribble the Swede, or attempt to dribble the Swede up to the other end and score. And if they score, it means that Hereford are going to win the game. So let's see if they can do it.
Oh, going to tackle each other in a minute.
All a bit right-footed at the moment, aren't they? The Swede is contributing.
Oh.
Big chance. 6 yards out, and they've scored. And that surely means that Hereford are going through to the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
I hope it's that simple for them, Marcus.
Yeah, the Bulls' defence sort of disappears like that one.
Strange. Strange but true.
Weird.